Now, the Fox 61 Weather Watch with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank.
Hi everyone, Fox 61 Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank here on the Weather Watch. After a rough morning, there is a big payoff heading through the weekend with a very comfortable air mass that will be settling in and the humidity leaving us, at least for now. But as I mentioned, it was a rough morning. We have reports of downed trees, power lines in parts of the state. There are some reports of flooding, this one in Southington, and some high wind gusts as well. But I really wanted to show you the storm reports here in Rhode Island through Massachusetts, with 3 separate tornadoes that ended up touching down. It was from the same storm that lifted and touched down in several locations, starting in Scituate and then continuing through North Attleboro and finally through Weymouth. These storm surveys are not complete at this time, but they are on the ground in several locations in Rhode Island and Massachusetts to help make those classifications. Meantime, we did have a very interesting moment this morning between Wyndham and Scotland. This is around 7:50, and there are some damage reports in the area where you see the red. The wind is moving away from the radar. The radar is in Boston. That's the closest location. The bright green is where the wind is moving towards the radar. So here's that area of spin. So it is possible that there was a brief touchdown in Connecticut. There might be a storm survey coming. The National Weather Service says they're thinking about it. They're looking at pictures, video, and radar, and they hope to make a decision on whether or not they will send a survey or make a classification on some of that damage as we head through the evening tonight. But they wouldn't be able to get boots on the ground until Saturday if they plan on doing a survey. Low temperatures tonight in the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees. A really refreshing air mass moving in. There is a chance for an isolated shower early this evening, but most of the state is already in the process of drying out and clearing out. It will feel like early fall when you wake up tomorrow morning with that cleaner air mass in place. Tomorrow we're looking at highs in the mid to upper 70s. I think we start the day off with pure sunshine. As we head through the afternoon, though, a little disturbance will come through. That will bring more clouds. There's a slight chance for a sprinkle, but I'm not worried about it. It's still a nice day. It's just not maybe as bright and sunny as you would want. If you want full sunshine, Sunday is your day. It'll be sunny, warmer, and all around awesome, with high temperatures climbing into the lower to middle 80s. Meantime, things are really starting to heat up in the tropics. A 40% chance that a disturbance heading into the Gulf of Mexico will develop within the next week or so. And 1, 2, 3 here out in the Atlantic that we need to keep an eye on within the next week. Again, these aren't going to develop into anything today or tomorrow, but just stuff to kind of keep an eye on here as we head closer to the peak of hurricane season. It's actually busier in the Pacific. This is Category 4 Hurricane Hillary, a rare impact in Southern California from a tropical storm. There's a tropical storm watch in effect for parts of Baja California, and there's going to be a lot of rain associated with this system. And they're talking about anywhere between 2 to as much as 4 inches of rain coming down with isolated 8+ inch amounts. Again, an incredibly rare setup with that heavier rain developing heading through the day on Sunday. Here closer to home, we're looking at mid to upper 80s on Monday. A front passes through Monday night, could bring us a shower, and then we are cooler Tuesday through Thursday, really through much of next week. One thing I did want to tell you is there's going to be a big dome of heat that will be a major story for areas to our west, like the Midwest. But we're not going to be tapping into that. We're going to be on the cooler side of the street here in New England. Here's a look at your shoreline 7-day. We go from 70s to 80s, back down into the 70s as we head towards this time next week. Have a great weekend.